And here we are, we have the whole simulation. They kind of lose power after the first impact. That may be something we want to work on or not, but for now, let's just keep it as is. And let's have a look at both things combined. I'm going to select this one and just click and drag, Alt, we have our merge. And let's have a look at both things. Of course, this is high res simulation and the other one is kind of low res. So let's see what we have here. I'm gonna color code these so you can easily identify them. Let's go with green. The timing of the first burst, I think it makes sense. They blend well, they blend pretty well together because of the fact they're all inheriting the same motion of the we had before. I think that's a really good, really cool simulation to have at this point. Yeah, nothing to, no complaints, I would say. I think this is actually matching pretty well. So at this point, what I'm going to do is make sure we have kind of a high-res simulation cached so we can merge both of them and have a look at the final result. We do have some controls for high resolution simulation, high res and low res here. I'm gonna actually add a few more attributes here on this version. So let's edit parameter interface. I'm gonna add a folder just to keep things organized. This is gonna be class A. Let's put these inside. This is gonna be a simple tab, and I'm gonna create another one, which is gonna be class B, class B. Also a simple one. And in this one, what we're going to be wanting to adjust automatically is the go inside. So on the, not this one, sorry, the top network. Let me put the top network here. And this is the value that we want to control, the particle separation. So this is the low res version. Let's go with the float. Part sep particle separation, class B particle separation. Default's going to be 0.01, and that's it. Next, we'll have something that whenever you increase the number of particles, the density of particles, the solver might need some steps so it doesn't break up and show us some weird behaviors. So the maximum substeps is also something that we want to control and have different values if we're doing a low res sim or a high res sim. So I'm going to add an integer here. Last B substeps, and here just going to call it substeps. Default value is going to be for the low res, so 2. And let's hit accept. Now I'm going to go up. We have the controls. I'm going to copy this parameter and paste it on the flip object, base relative reference. I'll copy this parameter and go to the substep, base relative reference. For the high resolution, which is a preset that we actually have loaded right now, I'm going to use 0.004 and substeps of 4. And I'm going to save this, save preset, and say high res on the hip, save preset. And then I'm going to save preset as low res, just so I don't have to redo the attributes, the user interface, the parameter interface Just gonna save this as a low res save preset, and I know this low res is gonna be 0.5, not this, so 100,000, 200. This is gonna be 0.01, and here it's gonna be 2. So let's save these changes. Save preset as low res, save presets. So now we have the low res and the high res with all the values that are actually relevant for both simulations. I'm not going to be simulating these again, but I am going to be simulating these with high resolution values. At this point, I'm just going to go save the file and save to disk. Once this is done, we'll come back to have a look at what we have. So at this point, looking at the result, combining both simulations, I think there are some pretty good points. There's a nice blending between both of them in terms of timing. I'm not a big fan of the initial burst. There's a very big difference between the speed and the velocity. The speed of the first radial blast, I'm going to call it like that. The first radial blast is a bit too strong. That's something that's more visible. I think it's pretty visible from all angles, but everything is coming together really well overall. The drag is probably a bit too strong still because the initial burst is very fast and it kind of stops pretty suddenly. So we'll probably be reducing the drag intensity, and I would really like to find a way of kind of reducing the intensity of this initial burst so it doesn't blow up as much. Yeah, those are the main elements, but bringing together these two layers, I think it's definitely a plus for the blast that we already had. And yeah, we'll continue to refine this on the next lesson.